because of the varieties of questions involved in proof by mathematical induction, we have to solve a lot of problems. So I'll be proving the Moivre's theorem. It is a theorem that we use in complex numbers to expand complex numbers in polar form. The Moivre's theorem. So using mathematical induction, prove that for all positive n greater than or equal to 1, cos theta plus I sine theta all to the power of n is equal to cos n theta plus I sine n theta. This is called the Moivre's theorem. Step 1, we have to show that it is true for n equal to 1. So for n equal to 1, cos theta plus I sine theta all to the power of 1. This is 1. That's for n. What will it give me? What will it give me? It will give me cos theta plus I sine theta. You agree with me? Yes. Because anything raised to power 1 is that thing. So this is for n equal to 1 at the left hand side. What is it for n equal to 1 at the right hand side? At the right hand side, I have cos n theta plus I sine n theta. So if I plug in 1 here, and I plug in 1 here, of course, it will give me this result. Cos theta plus I sine theta. So they are the same thing for n equal to 1. This means that it is true for n equal to 1. Step 2. Assume it is true for n equal to k. That is cos theta plus I sine theta raised to the power of k. So anyway I see n now writing k is equal to cos k theta plus I sine k theta. This is step 2. Step 3. We have to show, isn't it interesting? We have to show that for n equal to k plus 1, for n equal to k plus 1, comma, cos theta plus I sine theta raised to the power of k plus 1 is equal to, anyway I see n, I write k plus 1. That will be cos k plus 1 theta plus I sine k plus 1 theta plus I sine k plus 1 theta. Pardon? Plus, let me write it down, I sine k plus 1 theta. This is what I'm going to prove now. I want to prove that this is equal to this. Having seen that it is true for n equal to 1, and we are assuming that it is true for n equal to k. So let's do this. So let me come here. At the end of the day, our answer should be equal to this, okay? Should be equal to this. So let's manipulate this. Raised to power k plus 1. So let's employ or deploy any mathematical technique that will work for this expression to be made equal to this, full stop. By the law of indices, first of all, I can expand this to get cos theta plus I sine theta raised to power k times cos theta plus I sine theta raised to power 1. I think that's what the law of indices states, that if you have a raised to power x plus y, it is ax times ay. That's what I just applied here. Now, from the second step, from the second step, the assumption is that for n equal to k, it is equal to cos k theta plus I sine k theta, right? So everything you see here in this bracket, cos theta plus I sine theta raised to power k, I'll be writing this. Okay, this is cos k theta plus I sine k theta multiplying this cos theta plus I sine theta. You know that anything raised to power 1 is that thing. So the next step is to expand this bracket. We are trying to manipulate this expression at the left hand side to give us the right hand side. That's what we are doing, performing correct mathematical operations. I will expand this bracket. This times this, that will be cos k theta cos theta. This times this, that will be cos, okay, we have a plus cos k theta plus, okay, sorry, look at it, this times this, cos k theta times I sin theta. Let me write the I outside. So I cos k theta sin theta. Yes. Then this times this, that will be plus I cos theta. Let me start with the cos since I started with cos before. That's this times this. Then this times this lastly. I times I is I squared. And a complex number, I squared is equal to minus 1. Yes, that's the value of I squared in complex numbers. Take note. So I times I is minus 1, meaning that the product of these two numbers is a negative result. Sin k theta, sin theta. So let me write sin k theta, sin theta. Good. Okay, see what I want to do. I can see that trigonometry will play a very good role here in this solution. I can see. So let me group like terms together. This term contains I, this term contains I. Let me group them. So why does that does not contain I? Let me group them. So this will be cos k theta minus, I'm grouping them now, sin k theta sin theta. This for the first part. Then plus I cos k theta sin theta plus I cos theta sin k theta. Since both of them have I, let me open a bracket with the I. Let me open a bracket and then write cos k theta sin theta plus the remaining term cos theta plus, okay, sorry, cos theta sin k theta. You have to be very, very careful while doing this kind of mathematics because it's kind of confusing, you know. Okay, now where do we go from here? If I'm looking at this now, it shows me something. Trigonometry says that cos A plus B is cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. That's what trigonometry says, doing the cosine of a sum. So if I'm saying that k theta is A, theta is B, k theta is A, theta is B, that means this very expression satisfies cos k theta plus theta. True or false? Yes. Now, what does trigonometry say again? If I have the sine of a sum, sin A plus B, it is sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Take note of that difference. I have videos on double angle identities. That's what we call them, double angles or multiple angles. All right. Let's see what if this expression will match this. Okay, it started with cos. Take note. If I say sin theta cos k theta or cos k theta sin theta, they are the same. This expression now, as far as there's a plus in between, we are safe. Okay, but let's check. Cos came second. Let me call this one B. So let's call k theta B so that we can fit in. Or let me write it here. Cos k theta. And let's see if it blends. Sin theta. Okay. Plus cos theta, right? Then what's the other one? Sin k theta. It blends. Sin k theta. After all, A for sine, A for cos, theta for sine, theta for cos. That one is correct. B for cos, B for sine, K theta for cos, K theta for sine. So this is correct. So this expression you see here in this bracket, okay, is because of the way I arrange it. It has been exactly what I have here. It is equal to sine. What's our A? A in this case is theta. Then our B here is K theta. It doesn't really matter actually. Yeah, it could have also been that K theta is A, while theta will be B. It doesn't matter. Addition is commutative. Now, we are trying to get this expression, but we are there already. K is common. Okay, sorry, theta is common to these two terms. So I can say this is cos. If I bring theta out, what will be left here? K. What will be left here? 1. Means that I'm already there. What's common to this is still theta. If I bring theta out here, 0 will be 1. Bring it out here, 1 will be left K. Theta will be outside. Do you know that 1 plus K and K plus 1, they are the same? So let me just write K plus 1 here. Because 1 plus K, K plus 1 is still the same. I told you, it could have been K theta plus K if I arranged it in that order. But it's still fine, 100% perfect. What do you observe? Everything here is exactly what we have here. Cos K plus 1 theta, cos K plus 1 theta plus I sine K plus 1 theta, K plus 1 theta. So we have successfully proved this de Moivre's theorem for n greater than or equal to 1. So this is the proof of de Moivre's theorem using mathematical induction. I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed it even while solving on the board. And I believe you watching me also enjoyed the video. Keep supporting this channel by subscribing to this channel, like the videos and share them to your friends and to those that need the video. Stay tuned for more interesting maths videos.